Great people, great people. Salute. Much blessing to you. Much honor to you. I don't want nothing from you. I think I'm stuttering because I'm still trying to get some things together over there. This is supposed to be a welcoming, right? A moment where I was just sitting here and reflecting about all of the things that I'm attempting to do and thinking about people that are in a place where the thoughts are there, but the actions are not. That's good. That's good. Either way, I don't want nothing from you. Nothing at all. I call myself being a little bit more forthcoming. And this season, this place where I am being stretched, not only by my purpose, not only by my consistency, but some of the people that I'm around. Life coaches, older family members that understand that death is prevalent and people are dying with ideas, with goals in mind, dying with unaccomplished dreams and visions that they once spoke so clearly and so highly and so passionate about. I think I'm in this place where it is time to show more of what keeps me driven, what keeps me alive. My life coach said something to me just the day before yesterday, and as I sat there and pondered it, I was a little lost. But now when I think about what he was talking about, I'm thinking about pace. I'm thinking about consistency. I'm thinking about staying out of a box, staying out of one region, one regiment, one area expertise. Get into the place that I'm not so much as a jack of all trades as much as I am a master of one, right? If you can hear me on that, I think we've gotten to the place that we understand that many people are a jack of all trades. We are actually looking for someone that has a little bit more, right? A little bit more of a mastery to them. This night, great people, I am attempting to lock into another soul. I'm attempting to say, you are not alone, right? As my brother tapped into me. King, salute, man. Blessing honor to you, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm sitting back, man. I'm taking it easy. I had my clients today, right? And so I'm getting to the place where I'm getting back into my life, right? But this time, not so much as like, just giving the info, but more so allowing people to know what make your brother tick, right? So we ain't got to worry about it with you, right? Like, you got that. It's a firm understanding that brother don't like being in a box, right? As much as the intelligence flows, I need that goofiness. Like, I need it to balance out, right? And so many people don't understand that. They think I'm kind of sporadic as you're trying to figure out, as anyone, like trying to figure out people's lives through posts. Like, you can't try to figure out a person's life through posts, right? So they like, you crazy, right? And so borderline. But anyway, King, man, I appreciate you for tapping in. I ain't doing nothing. I'm going to get up out of here, man. I just actually really wanted to thank you and the other people that accepted the invite to be along this journey with me. Nazarite Strength is a direct spinoff of the restoration of the value, being in a place that you recognize that you are valuable first and foremost, right? You're valuable first and foremost. You know whose you are. You know where you come from. The value all of a sudden is popped up in your purpose, right? To the extent you start working something, to the extent you're getting up with your mind on something that is positive, something that is building a bridge between you and all of your suffering, right? Nothing can really build a bridge, but the consistency of a hobby can build the bridge between you and your suffering. Sometimes we are in this place, I believe, that when we are suffering, we stop a thing and we stop it dead in our tracks, but we can really keep going. And when we're going in that thing, allowing ourselves to recognize that we are sacrificing, we're not compromising anything. Sacrificial things are thinking about the future, right? When you're compromising, this is a moment someone's still going to be mad, right? Like, you're just doing it to please them. The sacrificial thing is always about the future. So I'm feeling very optimistic. And I just want to thank somebody for tuning in. I want to thank someone from my past. I want to thank someone for my future. I want to thank someone that understands that there's so far to go in everyone's life, in every moment of our lives, but yet we consistently make progress by just believing that we can, by just taking accountability of our own actions. That's what I'm about. And so this day, with all of those failures, with all of the group homes and the torture that I didn't experience, and of course, as time go on, we'll get more in depth, because that's the purpose of this now, to be more in depth, to be more in my call, to understand not only the teaching aspect, but the aspect that says society has become so disconnected because of by way of this telecommunication, that we are afraid to reveal our true selves. We are afraid to say, I'm hurting here. We are afraid to say, this imprisonment I feel, right? The COVID, this push down, and now everything is trying to start so fast. It's bothering me. It's pushing me around a little bit. We're afraid to say it. We don't want to see the vulnerability in these things, but more than anything, I'm here to say that it's okay. There's power in vulnerability. That's where I stand at this moment. Understanding there's a sweet spot of power in vulnerability, allowing a person to know, hey, whew, they're trying to stick me for my paper, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to energize someone. I'm here to, answer the question, what makes me so different, right? What makes me so different is literally I can generate that positivity in the darkest spot, right? Literally, I am that energy. Literally, I am that passion. The difference between before and now is now I have actual hope in myself, where before I thought I was all about just trying to help or save someone in some form, some fashion, while my own life looks a mess and I die. Great people, I pray someone have a phenomenal night. I pray someone continuously pluck and pluck and pluck and plow at the things that they think that they cannot do while yet still doing them, right? There's a silly place that we get where we're doing something that may be new, and then we feel like, oh, I can't do this crap, right? Someone has said that before, but yet and still you're doing it, yet and still you're there, yet and still you're punching the clock, and yet you're learning nugget by nugget, and before you know it, you're doing it unconsciously. I'm here to unlock your unconscious gift, your unconscious talent, your unconscious class, right? We have no class nowadays. I feel as such, and so much as all of our selfishness, we are not showing any consideration. And when you don't show any consideration, come on, man, of course you can't have any class. You're not thinking about any one value in the way you look, but we won't do too much. Great people, it's a pleasure and an honor to have you. It's a pleasure and an honor to be before you. I pray that your night is well. I pray that your energy is high. I pray that you continuously planning and strategizing. And I think you are viewing, right? I think you are viewing society's way of trying to make you numb to things, all of the depths, all of the racism, all of the ostracizing, pushing aside, and trying to make sure you understand that, hey, everyone is equal, everyone is equal. Well, I think that we have to get back to a place where we have to find some standards, and some of these places, some standards got to start rising up again, right? The word of God says, when an enemy comes in like a flood, right? When he bombards you with things that you feel like you can't conquer, when your depression is bigger than you imagine it being, when you're suffering, when you're pain, when your significant one is acting up, tripping up, when your goals, your budget is not being met, whatever the case may be, when an enemy is coming in like a flood, that flood is the swallowing. You feel as though you're drowning. He's coming in like a flood. The only way you can stay out is you raise a standard, right? That's symbolic to a levee in the spirit realm, right? He says the enemy comes in like a flood, and the Spirit of the Lord takes up a standard against that very flood. In other words, it becomes a lever. So when that water is coming in, no longer am I in a place of drowning, but now there's a safe haven. Come on, man. The standard will always be your covering. The standard will always be your safe haven. That's what God is saying to us this day. Make him your safe haven. Hey. Make him your standard. This is love, man. This is brought to you by value, man. This is brought to you by solid strength. Be ever mindful of such. Salute.